All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Early Morning Crypto Talk. Why do I sound funny? Oh, I don't have my ear in. Hold on, let me put my hearing aid in. I can't hear myself. Yes, I wear a hearing aid and I'm only 42. Just like I wore glasses and I got glasses at the age of 12. There we go. Now I can hear myself. All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Early Morning Crypto Talk. Bitcoin Brandon here from Los Angeles, California. Thank you for being here this morning on this Monday morning. It was 39 degrees this morning when I woke up. That is considered freezing in California. But it's not raining anymore. So we're happy about that. Welcome Mafuz from Laurel, Maryland. Eldridge from Vegas. Shauna Ross, North Carolina. Eldridge. Tommy O'Dooms. Snowy, New Jersey. Bethany Gift from Snowy-Seattle. I heard that Seattle got more snow in one day than they normally do in a year. Tony Pinkston from Philly. Ron Ross, Charlotte, North Carolina. Nicholas from Sweden. And that always happens. Somebody wants to call me right when I'm doing my crypto talk. That's when everybody starts blowing me up. Connie from Omaha, Nebraska. Cleve Stewart from New York City. Shane West from Chicago. Is Chicago still frozen? I haven't heard any news out of Chicago lately. Coolest thing I saw was yesterday, or was it Saturday? In Minnesota, a new presidential candidate came out, Amy, and it's like 2 degrees out there, and she's standing out there with no head covering on, no gloves, and a jacket. By the time she was done with her speech, she looked like a snow woman. I was like, that's dedication. Ron, wasn't me this time. What's going on, Brad Gibson, Gina Muhammad? As a disclaimer, I'm not a licensed financial advisor to be giving financial advice. I read the news, give my opinion, share suggestions, and it is up to you to make an informed, intelligent decision on which direction you want to move into. There's 4 rules I live by in the crypto space to have success. Rule number 1, education is key. Education is everything. Rule number 2, never invest money that you cannot afford to lose. Rule number 3, always get your return on investment back as fast as possible. And rule number 4, where do you see yourself in 3 months, 6 months, a year from now? What are you willing to do to make it happen? Find a vehicle like KGX. You need a foundation. KGX does not need to be the only thing you're doing, but you need to have a foundation that you can always come back to, and KGX ain't going anywhere. But find a vehicle, take action. Don't get distracted. Remain focused. Now, this is not going to guarantee you success, but it will at least minimize your risk. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the most that we can ask for. So, all right, let's go ahead and look at the market cap for today. It's at 120.9 billion. That's a slight dip from last night, late night crypto talk. Bitcoin dominance remains at 52.9%. The market is really kind of flat. I see here Bitcoin hasn't changed much at all. Sitting at 36.51 per coin. Ethereum is up 2%. So Ethereum's had a little bit of bump, a little bit of rise. Binance Coin, 3.3% up. Dash, 7.7%. Let's see the best performers over the last 24 hours. Huobi token up 10%, Dash 7%. Any top coin, PoonDX is up almost 5%. Binance Coin has been steady. Look at this, steady incline. not just a one jump up and then a dump. C, worst performers. Quant, negative 14%. Chainlink, negative 7%. Litecoin is down, negative 6% after it had that meteoric rise. Remember that couple days ago? Starting to come down a bit. Tron, negative 3.8%. Tron is really taking a dive on this one. All right. Wait, Electronium's up here? Negative 1.81%. You know what? Electronium, how many coins ever? 8.9 billion. Electronium, here's what when you guys hear me talk about green, best case scenario green is Ripple. Worst case scenario green is Electronium. And before I get started, I'm gonna highlight that just for a second, because worst case scenario, it goes on an exchange at a little more than half a penny. Starts there. And you've got, let's say you've got 5 million coins, because I don't think, my personal opinion, I don't think it's going to go onto the exchange until fourth quarter this year or maybe even 2020, which means you guys would have been accumulating coins for at least a full year. Some of you will be a year and a half you've been accumulating coins. So let's say you've accumulated 5 million coins. And it hits the exchange starting at more than about 0.007. That's 35K worth of coins you got. And it starts there. But it follows Electronium. Electronium at one point got to, what was the height again? 18 cents a coin? Let's look at that. And these are I'm just using examples of coins already on the market. In my own head, I'm using worst case and best case scenario. So at one point, yeah, 18.5. 18.5 cents was the best thing Electronium got. Then it came back down. So let's do that. You got 5 million coins now. You don't sell them all the moment it goes on the exchange at 0.007 cents, and you wait for the rise to happen, which will happen. You multiply that times 0.18 cents, 18.5. Now you've got $925,000 worth of coins. Same coins. So people say, how much money am I going to make? That's dependent on when you decide to sell your coins. Hold on. Why do everybody want to blow me up? They know I'm doing a live right now. Yes, I gave the recording to, someone's asked about the recording from Green. Since I'm talking about Green right now, I gave the recording to Mike, and it is being cleared through our lawyers. We guys haven't learned one thing. KGX does not move a muscle without the say-so of our attorneys. That's how we've remained compliant and while we're still here after a year. So anyways, that's worst case scenario. You guys with me here? Worst case scenario in my mind. What is best case scenario? It follows Ripple. So if it follows Ripple, I forgot, what did Ripple come onto the market starting with? When it first hit, let's take a look here. And I do this because I want to manage some expectations. Come on, man, you're blowing me up doing crypto talk right now. Because if I don't, they're going to keep blowing me up. All right. Everybody's worried about that post I made last night. I'll cover that in a second. So Ripple, we go back to as far as this chart will show, was at 1.006 cents. So again, like I want to manage expectations just in case it doesn't hit the market at 2 cents or 5 cents or 10 cents. Ripple at one point was worth, look at that, 0.004. Less than half a penny was what Ripple was worth at one point. Less than half a penny. All right, so let's say it starts off the same way Ripple, just like Electroneum is at right now. You've got 5 million coins at 0.004. That's $20,000 worth of coins. But Ripple at one point got to $3. Come on, and 65 cents a coin. Okay. You've got 5 million coins times 3.65. That's $18.2 million worth of coins. I mean, hello. This is not get rich quick here. This is long-term thinking. Because it took Ripple from September 2013 all the way to December 2017 to reach that mark. 5 years. Would you be willing to hold on to your green coins for 5 years if you knew that it would go from 0.006 to $3 and now you went from $20,000 worth of coins to 18 million worth? You got to have long-term thinking here. But again, like I said, I use worst case scenario as well. Be prepared. And I got to say it like that because unfortunately, there will be people that come back and say, Brandon said it's going to hit the market at this price. And it hit half a cent less. And I made money, but that's not what I thought. I mean, people are like kids. If you ever have kids and you've got more than one and you give them candy or you give them cookies or something, do you know what they do? They always want to compare. Dad, you said I was going to get 5 cookies and I only got 4. They're not happy about the 4 cookies they have in their hand. They're worried about the 1 cookie that they lost. Humans are that way. Adults are the same freaking way. So I got to share what could be the best case scenario and also what could be the worst case scenario. Everybody with me on that? So let's go on to some news. And then I'll cover it because people are asking me, whoa, what happened last night? The old Brandon almost came back out. Let's cover some, not that one yet, and not that one yet. Bitcoin price to stage visible recovery. I like that key word, visible recovery. What do they think is visible recovery? In my eyes, visible recovery is when it gets past $6,000 a coin. Then in my eyes, that's a visible recovery. Oh, wait a minute. Did I just put the wrong link? I think we're good there. Yeah, all right. Crypto prices to stage visible recovery in 2019. The New York-based equity research outfit Fundstrat Global Advisors has recently published its 2019 cryptocurrency outlook. Moreover, cryptocurrency supporters suffering from bear market fatigue will be pleased to hear that the report describes several improvements that could support higher prices. Fundstrat expects 2019 to bring higher cryptocurrency prices. I just got another thought. I think I'm going to do another crypto, or not a crypto talk, but a special training in our Facebook only group. Best case and worst case scenarios, in my opinion, about green. I want to make sure everybody is clear on that. So I'll do that probably this afternoon. In fact, I know I will. I'll do it at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. All right. Fundstrat expects 2019 to bring higher cryptocurrency prices. Specifically, the study was published on February 8th. Furthermore, Fundstrat's co-founder Tom Lee, who is notoriously pro-cryptocurrency, commented on the report through the use of his personal Twitter account. We see 9 incremental improvements in the landscape that ultimately support higher prices, Lee noted in his tweet. Nevertheless, the report starts off with a summary of 2018, which Fundstrat notes brought several market disappointments. To name a few, the summary argues that regulatory uncertainty and setbacks, along with the abrupt end of the initial coin offering hype, as well as overly energetic growth, have offset some of the advances within the cryptocurrency sector. Some of these achievements include cryptocurrency wallet growth, as well as the launch of the Lightning Network. The report argues that the adverse effects, however, undid most of the positive achievements in 2019, comparing the year to morning after sobering. Even so, Fundstrat believes that 2019 might be the year when things start to change. Although the company notes that it is too early to begin predicting mass adoption, Fundstrat is nonetheless guiding that cryptocurrency prices will recover this year. Is 2019 the mainstream breakout? Nope. But that is not necessarily for crypto prices to eventually bottom in 2019. And by the end of 2019, we expect prices to be staging a visible recovery. I agree with that. Weakened US dollar, important driver for higher cryptocurrency prices. Really? Really? So far, personally, I have not made that correlation just yet. That the weakened dollar, the weakened US economy will power crypto, because I have not, every time the Dow has had a major drop, crypto kind of has seemed to follow it. In 2018, I haven't seen the opposite happen in a major way just yet. So the jury's out on my belief on this, but this is what they seem to think. Moreover, the outlook also lists several reasons for the recovery of Bitcoin prices this year. Specifically, the report believes that the expected weakening of the US dollar will be a significant catalyst in driving Bitcoin prices higher. The only reason why I don't think that is true, common sense would say yes, but the market is not being driven by that. The market is being manipulated by the institutional investors who wanted to hit the reset button, buy the dip, and build the infrastructure before they allow it to rise back up again. So that's my own personal belief. In addition to this, Fundstrat expects the performance of emerging market equity to outpace that of U.S. bonds and securities, subsequently paving the way for a cryptocurrency-friendly environment. Now, I do agree with that, 100%. Furthermore, another potential price lever is believed to be the rise of institutional investments. The report states that these will increase in 2019 due to the advances in over-the-counter OTC trading and custody solutions. I believe this to be true only if and when BACT comes online, because the same exact thing was said about the CBOE and the CME, and the exact opposite took place. Notably, this comes just days after a leaked interview revealed how SEC Commissioner teased the possibility of an upcoining Bitcoin ETF. However, the Fundstrat report also mentions how general interest in cryptocurrency could be elevated as an effect of the rumors that Bitmain and Bitfury may be considering initial public offering. Notably, the release of this report coincided with a recent market uptick, which saw the price of Bitcoin jump to over $3,600. Bitcoin is still trading above this level, although it remains to be seen how it continues to develop in the coming days and weeks. Okay, well, we can keep an eye on that. But there is an economist out there that has something to say. Let's see here. Paul Krugman. I have not covered him in maybe about 8 months or so. Nobel Prize winner that's been running his mouth against crypto since day one. And every time he's proven wrong, instead of admitting that he was wrong, he doubled down on his original assessment. So, history will prove who's on the right side of history. So a Bitcoin bashing Nobel economist expects a global recession. I agree with that. Will crypto prove him wrong? What does crypto have to do with the global recession? Let's see what this article, how it's tying the two together. Noted Bitcoin basher and Nobel Prize winning economist Paul Krugman has warned that the global economy could be headed for a recession this year. Yeah, we've heard this from many sources. Even JP Morgan Chase says that there's an 80% chance the U.S. economy will go into a recession in the next 3 years, a 60% chance in the next 2 years. The Donald Trump administration is preparing for 2020 to be an election year with the U.S. economy in a recession. They're already preparing for this. And now the Nobel Peace Prize winner economist is saying the same thing. So, I mean, maybe we should pay attention to this. There might be something to it. So here's what he has to say. I think that there is a quite good chance that we will have a recession late this year or next year. You hear the numbers here? This is why I said we've got a short window of opportunity. Because I do believe that when that happens, people are going to look for an alternative. And crypto is going to be that alternative. The same way when there's a bad economy and jobs or people are losing their jobs or they're getting laid off and stuff, and they're looking for a plan B, that's when the network marketing industry has an uptick in new signups, because people are looking for a quick fix. They're looking for a way out. Unfortunately, they quickly realize that just because you decide to become an entrepreneur, it's not your genie in a bottle. It takes time. It takes dedication. It takes education. It takes commitment. Not to get rich quick. And the same thing people are going to realize about crypto. Just because the crypto industry is hot and, the economy is going bad, you're about to lose your job, you need a quick fix. I guess I'll jump into crypto. See, that's how people thought about it in 2017, and they ended up losing everything because they never learned the fundamentals. They didn't go through education first. They treated it like a pyramid scheme. Let me see if I can make real quick money real quick. Unfortunately, that's also how a lot of people are looking at green mining. And not understanding it's not a get rich quick. It is get rich long term. It is your retirement. Anyways, according to the economist who won the 2008 Nobel Prize in Economic Sciences for his work on, among other subjects, trade theory, the next economic downturn could be prompted by a variety of causes. Okay, what are these causes? Among the areas of concern for Krugman include the U.S. tax cuts, which were passed by Congress in late 2017. Okay. Well, we were told that these tax cuts would stimulate the economy. Well, there is a report right now that the U.S. economy is at a 3.7% unemployment rate. I don't think it's been that low in my lifetime. Isn't that a good thing? Yeah, unless it doesn't do what was projected to do long term. It might have a short term impact, but according to this guy, that is a catalyst to a worldwide global recession. Let's see. The economist who teaches at Princeton University has questioned the effectiveness of the tax cuts. Other risk factors, according to Krugman, includes the bubble in the tech sector, which he believes may be deflating. So the tech sector bubble, what is he talking about? Is he talking about fintech? Is he talking about just regular Silicon Valley? Has nothing to do with crypto? Is he talking about like Apple, Samsung, Microsoft? All of their earnings reports for 2018 fourth quarter are slowing down. People aren't buying the new technology because hasn't been much leap in advancement yet. Who knows? Google, Facebook. In Krugman's view, the European Union could be the first to feel the impact of a global downturn. The place that looks really close to recession right now is the Euro area. This comes on the back of the European Commission revising economic growth forecasts downwards this year and the next. While Eurozone recorded 1.9% GDP growth last year, the EC expects that figure to fall to 1.3%. In 2020, economic growth will rise slightly to 1.6%. This is in contrast to projections released by the EC last year. Then the EC projected growth in 2019 will be 1.9%. In 2020, the EC had forecast a growth rate of 1.7%. Will the next economic recession catch policymakers flat-footed? Of particular concern to Krugman is the fact that policymakers are usually helpless in the face of economic downturns. The main concern has always been that we don't have an effective response if stuff slows down. If a global economic recession does indeed occur, it will be coming a little over a decade since Bitcoin came into being. As early as 2014, Krugman was already bashing Bitcoin. Among other terms, Krugman has called Bitcoin the long crypto con and evil. It's evil. Really? While Bitcoin has now entered everyday vocabulary, the purpose for which it was intended for as a deflationary currency that is decentralized is yet to be tested in the environment which inspired it, a global recession. What are you talking about is yet to be tested in the environment? It's being tested for the past 10 years. Nouriel Roubini, more optimistic, expects economic deceleration, not recession. Okay. Besides Krugman, other economists who have also expressed the state of the global economy is Nouriel Roubini. Incidentally, Roubini is another noted Bitcoin basher. In a Project Syndicate column last week, Roubini warned that though global recession risks are low, economic deceleration is certain. You hear that? So we got two guys that are Bitcoin bashers. One thinks that we're in for a global recession. The other says, no, not that bad, but a deceleration is certain. So one or the other. Choose your poison. And just like with Krugman, Roubini also sees an enhanced risk of economic deceleration in the Eurozone. So those of you in Europe, you're going to get hit first. Incidentally, Roubini is another noted Bitcoin basher of Project Syndicate's Eurozone. The Eurozone is slowing down, and it remains to be seen whether it is heading toward lower potential growth or something worse. The outcome will be determined both by national level variables, such as political developments in France. You guys been paying attention to politics in France? My wife was in France for a week. Literally, she left 1 day before the Yellow Jacket protest started taking place. Literally. In fact, she almost got stranded for other reasons. I thought it was going to be an international incident. Embassy and everything. That's another story. But yeah, you've got, the exit of Britain, the Brexit. You've got contention between the United States and Europe. We've got the United States pulling out of the Iran deal, but the European Union wants to stay in it. You've got the beef going on between Russia and Europe. We have not seen this amount of what's the word I want to use? This amount of dishevel or dishevelness or disunity. Yeah, that's the word. We haven't seen this level of disunity since before World War II. And that should be alarming. This is something we should pay close attention to. This didn't say anything about how this is going to affect crypto, though, in this article. This title is misleading. Will crypto prove him wrong? Well, state your case. He didn't say nothing about crypto, just that they were bashing crypto. But crypto has nothing to do with the economic recession, the global economic recession. The question will be, will crypto become a savior for it, or a hedge against it, or an alternative for it? Will crypto rise or fall as the world economy also falls? Will it be used as like gold or assets? This article didn't cover any of that. Anyways, let's go on to the next. About Bitcoin ATMs. Remember what I always say in my presentations. I always say that for those of you that don't believe that you need to pay attention to crypto, you don't think it's going to impact you, that one day you're going to wake up, drive around, you're going to start seeing Bitcoin ATMs all over the place. You don't have to believe me on this. but your belief is irrelevant. It's already happening. A major Philippine bank just launched crypto ATMs, and it may fuel massive Bitcoin adoption. Massive. According to local publications, Union Bank of the Philippines, one of the largest commercial banks in the Philippines, has launched the country's first crypto ATM. Here's something that I tell all of you guys that's in KGX. The biggest growth for us is not going to happen in the United States. If I were you, I would be targeting and reaching out to people overseas because they need crypto education as well. And we are translating into over 30 languages. The bank said in an official statement obtained by Phil Starr that the purpose of the ATM is to provide local users an easy way to convert cryptocurrency to fiat and vice versa. The crypto ATM developed and distributed by Union Bank is a two-way machine, allowing users to purchase and sell cryptocurrencies. That's right, Court, Guyana. I would be all over Guyana right now. I'd be getting the leaders like, hey, look, y'all want to bring this education to your country? Yeah, override that. And the bank's continued quest to cater to the evolving needs and tastes of customers, including clients who use virtual currency. The ATM will provide these clients an alternative channel to convert their pesos to virtual currency and vice versa. So why is the crypto ATM launch of Union Bank special? Yeah, what makes it so special? Since 2017, the Banco Central NG Filipinas, the Central Bank of the Philippines, has taken a proactive stance towards regulating the local cryptocurrency industry. The Philippines was amongst the first countries to regulate cryptocurrencies as a recognized asset class and a remittance method. They did that before the United States. Union Bank has said that it has continuously collaborated with the central bank throughout the past several years, and the recent launch of its crypto ATM has been approved by the central bank. It is the first case in which a major commercial bank worked with the central bank. You hear background noise. I've got my 11-year-old who has no school today because of Lincoln's birthday. So he thinks he's going to play Fortnite all day. That's not going to happen. He's going to learn something today. But anyways, I got my little man with me. The bank has only launched one crypto ATM so far. One. You could be able to tell your grandkids, I remember when the first ATM machine launched in the Philippines, by the banks, which may lead to the deployment of more ATMs in the future. Last week on Laura Shin's Unconfirmed podcast, Pantera Capital CEO Dan Moorhead stated that 1 in 10 adult users utilize coins.ph, the most widely used cryptocurrency exchange in the Philippines. A week or so ago, we announced that we sold coins.ph in the Philippines, and I think that is a great example of Bitcoin's actual usage now and not 20 years from now. They have 1 out of 10 adults in the Philippines as a customer. That's very real. I think it is important for the community to really know that there are applications that are working right now. As of early 2018, Coins.ph had more than 5 million users on its platform, using cryptocurrencies to pay utility bills, cover credit card payments, purchase mobile phone credit, trade digital assets, and send money across the country. What was that first article that I just read where the dude said, there isn't any real world use of the crypto? Didn't I just read that like 10 minutes ago? And here is proof that there is real world use that's going on in the crypto space. Crypto education is important. Whenever you read and hear a so-called expert saying something, you can challenge them on it. You don't just take what they say at face value. And that includes me, because I'm not always right. I don't always have 100% of all the facts. That's why I do 2 crypto talks a day, because I'm constantly learning. And I can't keep up. For me to keep up with this industry, I would probably need to do at least 3 to 4 crypto talks a day, with each one devoted to a certain segment of the industry. And only then I might be getting 50 to 60% of what's going on a daily in the crypto world. Right now, I'm barely, lately I've only been barely doing two a day. The deployment of the central bank approved crypto ATMs developed by a major commercial bank will lead to an increase in confidence towards the asset class and the local cryptocurrency sector. The Philippines could be the best country for cryptocurrency users. In the Philippines, cryptocurrency users can buy and sell digital assets pretty much everywhere. That last article, it made it seem like there ain't nowhere in the world that you can actually use this stuff. In the Philippines, you can use it for anything, everywhere. Through local brokerages and cryptocurrency apps, users can trade crypto assets for fiat money at convenience stores and thousands of remittance outlets. Union Bank's crypto ATM will only increase the liquidity and improve the accessibility of digital assets in the region, especially if the bank decides to expand its operations throughout 2019. Imagine that you are, you're traveling and you're a tourist and you go to the Philippines and you don't have to, do currency conversion. That's going to cost you an arm and a leg. All you got to do is use your BitPay card and use your crypto. Do you realize how huge that is? Imagine a time where you are able to travel anywhere around the world and you're using your crypto for all payments, no matter what country you're in. You don't have to worry about conversions because the crypto value is universal. That is huge. That is revolutionary. Local users remain optimistic in the outlook of the Philippine cryptocurrency sector as Union Bank CEO Edwin Bautista is well recognized for his enthusiasm towards cryptocurrencies in the local digital asset industry. In mid-2018, Bautista showcased a GPU-based Bitcoin mining kit at the Business World Economic Forum, demonstrating some of the experiments the bank had been leading in the digital asset space. Now, if one bank is doing that, don't you think that the competitor banks are going to follow suit if they want to remain in business? Of course they will. It's going to be a domino effect. All right. Last up article. And I've been following this since the beginning. Quadriga CX in Canada. Every day, something new. So let's see what is new this morning about Quadriga CX and their exit scam that they're pulling right now. Yes, I'm calling it an exit scam. I don't care if the dude is dead or alive. Something ain't right here. How cryptocurrency investors lost $190 million and what we can learn from it. You probably heard of the infamous Quadriga CX exchange story. People have lost $190 million during this misfortune, which has put a dark light on the cryptocurrency space once more. We will go over all the intricate details of this nightmarish story and see what we can learn from it. Quadriga was a Canada-based cryptocurrency exchange. The CEO of the crypto exchange supposedly died and took all of the investors' funds with him. Then the firm went bankrupt and published a notice on their website. They asserted that they are experiencing massive liquidity issues and can't pay their customers. The reason for this is the loss of their cold storage cryptocurrency wallets, which held customer money. Dear customers, today, in order for creditor protection in accordance with the company's Creditors Arrangement Act, was issued to allow us the opportunity to resolve outstanding financial issues that have affected our ability to serve our customers. The first time this, now notoriously known exchange, hit our radar was approximately 6 months ago. The exchange disabled users' account and froze his funds worth $720,000 at the time. Wait a minute. Why does that number sound familiar? Wasn't that the same amount as the dude that I read about last night from California that moved all his savings to the Quadriga platform to try to liquidate it because he's moving to Canada to his Canadian bank? Wasn't that like 700-something thousand? However, no, I think he did that in October. Yeah, that was October. So wait a minute. So 6 months ago, they froze another guy's account. This is why I don't mess with Coinbase too much, because Coinbase has a record of doing this. Every time there's a supposed hack or bad news about a coin, or they get wind that the market's about to drop real fast, and they freeze the whole system so that you can't sell your coins to save your money. Or there's a fork, and they freeze all accounts for 8 hours to a couple of days. By the time they open it back up, I mean, the window of opportunity is gone. Coinbase is very good at doing that. That's why I don't mess with them. But the moment Quadriga did this, that should have been warning flags to everybody in Quadriga. Many reckon Quadriga as a bad actor since these events look suspicious and strange. So most of the community puts Quadriga's name alongside events like Mt. Gox and the DAO hack. Although no one denies that freezing customer assets without any warning or explanation isn't sound. Thank you, Bethany. So that was 440,000. Okay. Did he not hear about this? You can't freeze $720,000 in accounting and not make the news. At least Toshi covered it. This guy did not do his due diligence. But again, he wasn't trying to use the exchange to hold his money. He was trying to cash out. So we can argue that the exchange user himself is at least partially guilty for this incident. Why? As a famous crypto spokesman, Andreas Antonopoulos, would say, your keys, your Bitcoin, not your keys, not your Bitcoin. 100% true. Toshi's Time strongly advises taking control of your private keys. Don't risk losing your funds by leaving them on exchanges. I can say this till I'm blue in the face, yet I guarantee somebody within green is going to move all their coins to an exchange. They're going to do it. And if they lose it, you know what they're going to scream? Bloody murder, foul, scam, and they're going to start pointing the finger at other people. It's going to happen, I guarantee it. CEOs of Quadriga death in India. Gerald Cotton, CEO of Quadriga, supposedly died in India of cardiac arrest, taking all of his customers' funds to the grave. Cotton, I don't know how to spell this dude's name. Now they're spelling it E-N again. Cotton reportedly arrived at the hospital in critical condition and with pre-existing Crohn's disease. Check the wife. I just finished binge watching a series called The Ozarks, right? I'm not going to tell you, I don't want to ruin it for anybody. I don't want to spoil it. But all I'm saying is, especially if you've seen season 2 already, check the wife. Cotton suffered not 1, but 2 cardiac arrests in the hospital. The medics managed to revive him the first time. Oh, this is new information. I didn't know this. So the medics managed to revive him the first time, but they weren't successful the second. Unfortunately, according to official sources, Quadriga CEO passed away. He was 30 years old. The Indian government issued a death certificate as proof. Despite the best efforts of our clinicians, the patient could not be revived and was declared dead approximately at 7:26 p.m. All standard medical procedures and guidelines were followed to treat the patient. The information of his death was communicated to the relevant authorities, yet it was not made public for an entire month. Every time a new article comes out, it's like more to the story. Why can't we get the whole story the first time around? Doesn't smell right to me. The story would end here, but it didn't, because $190 million are still missing. Also, the reportedly sole person who could access those customer funds is gone. Investors are skeptic about this incident. I'm not even an investor in Quadriga, and I'm skeptical. After Cotton's death, the cryptocurrency exchange sought creditor protection in the Canadian court. Moreover, they received 30 days with a probability to extend it to meet their debt obligations. Ernst & Young was appointed as an independent third-party auditor to supervise the proceedings. Now, this should be interesting. Platform users weren't thrilled with these events, you'd think. Also, had their suspicions that this might be a scam. They expressed their opinions all over social media platforms, wanting more evidence that his death indeed happened. You know what? I'm leaning more that his death did happen. I am leaning, though, that the circumstances around his death is shady and that an exit scam is brewing around this. I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist. I mean, it's kind of like, has anybody seen Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg recently? I'm just saying. She's been missing since December 2018. And I hear supported sightings of her. I'm questioning it. Something doesn't smell right. Anyways, many suggested that it is not hard to fake an end in India. To further user suspicions, Bloomberg released an article revealing that Cotton has filed a will 12 days before his death. Odd, isn't it? Maybe he knew that his sickness would get the better of him. However, that's just hard to believe. Every sensible person would seek help and would find ways to recover. This event can be a coincidence. Alternatively, a well-thought-out plan to steal millions of dollars worth of crypto. Unfortunately, we can't know for sure. James Edwards, a cryptocurrency analyst, has looked into this confusion. He claims to have reviewed the exchange's publicly available transactions. Edwards concluded that there aren't any cold storage wallets that Quadriga claims to have. Where's the loot? It's not in any of the cold storage wallets, so where was it? It appears that there are no identifiable cold wallet reserves for Quadriga. You know what would be easy? If Quadriga says that all the coins are lost because the guy died and he had the private key, all right, give us the wallet address and we can see the 190 million in that address and we can see if it's ever been moved or not. If what they're saying is true, they have not provided that. Why not? It's easy. Provide an address. It takes 2 seconds. Say, here's the money, guys. We can't get to it because the CEO died and he's the only one who had access to it. And we can watch that wallet like everybody's watching Satoshi Nakamoto's million coin Bitcoin wallet. It hasn't moved in 9 years, 10 years. Whoever wants to say that they're Satoshi Nakamoto, move 1 Bitcoin from that wallet. That's all you got to do. Move 1 freaking Bitcoin out of the million sitting there to prove it's you. I'm just saying. Jesse Powell, CEO of the cryptocurrency exchange Kraken, expressed his disbelief on the legitimacy of this matter. We have thousands of wallet addresses known to belong to Quadriga and are investigating the bizarre and frankly unbelievable story of the founder's death and lost keys. I'm not normally calling for subpoenas, but if the police are looking into this, contact us. I agree with them. What can we learn from this? All right, you guys ready to learn something if you haven't already? Some people believe this story, some don't. We can't know for sure what really happened, but what we can do is learn from it. Cryptocurrency exchanges get hacked. It's disappointing, but that's the reality today. We can't change that, but we can take some measures to secure our funds. Cryptocurrency hard wallets are an excellent tool for that. We covered that at the boot camps. If you want your crypto to be safe, you need to own your private keys. You can never know what exchange will be hacked or scammed next. Don't trust others with your funds. Most popular cryptocurrency wallets like Trezor or Ledger will do a great job. Choose the one you prefer. They are not hard to use. Stay safe. If you're going to get a Trezor or Ledger, go directly to the manufacturer. Do not order off of Amazon or eBay or any third-party source. Get it directly from the source, the manufacturer. All right, that is it for crypto news. I hope you learned something new. I do have to address one thing since people are asking me. If you're not on Facebook, you don't have to worry about it. But I did make a post last night, and I have been in this game for a very long time. The way I am now is the watered down version of how I used to be back in 2009, 2010, 11 with social media. Once I got good with making videos and stuff, at those days, I call myself like the network marketing, social media warrior for the people. And I was calling out companies and top money earners left and right because I knew they were lying and they were manipulating people and they were BSing. See, I've been at the bottom and I worked my way to the top. And when you get to the top, you're able to see behind the curtain, behind the scenes of how things really work. And I didn't like what I saw. And these people that I used to look up to, I was able to see what they're really doing. So I had no problem calling people out. I mellowed from doing that. I hadn't called anybody out in a very, very, very long time. No. And anytime I may say something on social media, whoever I'm referring to, they already know who they are and who I'm talking about. I don't leave it for assumption. So what's funny to me is, for those individuals who would see anything that I post and think that I'm talking about them, my real question is, what have you done that I don't know about that makes you think I'm talking about you? Because if I was talking about you, you would have heard from me before I made any post. Anyways, so far that situation seems to be resolving itself. I got the phone call this morning with profuse apologies and attempting to set it straight, which I appreciate that. So I don't need to call this individual out publicly. But I said in my New Year's resolution for this year that I am no longer going to be used. I love to help a lot of people, but I'm no longer going to be as patient or tolerable of stuff anymore. This is business. I am here to help. I'm not here to do charity. There's a big difference. So, just saying, don't cross me. Do business the right way. You don't need to be greedy. There is enough to go around for everybody to become a millionaire in this crypto space. Don't think short term. You'll shoot yourself in the foot and burn all your bridges. You can look out for your best interest at the same time as looking out for everybody's best interest. You don't need to screw somebody over to get on top in crypto. You guys understanding what I'm saying here? If you're having a hard time, you need to understand how much money is actually on the table. We are not fighting for scraps. Look at this. Each square represents $100 billion. The entire network marketing industry is 40+ billion. That includes every single company, all the health and wellnesses, the Amways, the ACNs, the Genesses, the World Ventures, all of them are fighting for $40 billion market share penetration. More than 50% of that is in the healthcare industry alone. and all of them are selling juices and coffees and weight loss and pills and all the magic potions and lotions and creams and products that are good, products that work, products that I use. I'm not knocking the industry. It walked me off my job, but it was a $40 billion industry they're all competing in. The cryptocurrency industry right now is 120 billion. It is more than triple the size of the network marketing industry. KGX is the only game in town. We have no competition. And we're legal. Not only that, this is the biggest companies in the world. Berkshire Hathaway, Microsoft, Alphabet, Apple, Facebook, Amazon. They've got multiple blocks. Crypto is just one block. They've got multiple. The 50 richest people, look at how many blocks they got. California's GDP. The world's currency. A green box. It's just gold, stock market, the global money supply. There's enough to go around for everybody that you to try to screw over anybody for a couple of bucks. It is okay to pursue as much money as you possibly can, but there is also a way in how you do it. And because of my morals and my ethics, may be a reason why I'm not sitting on $20 million right now. Because I've heard other millionaires say, sometimes you do have to screw over somebody and to get your edge. Hell, Donald Trump says it every day. I don't believe there always has to be a winner and a loser in negotiating. You can have two winners. But that's just the way I choose to do business. If you choose to do business the other way by screwing other people and getting over on them, I will put you on my hit list and I'll call you out if you try to screw me over or our company. I'm just saying, that's just me. Do whatever you got to do for you and what's best for you and your family. Anyways, that is it for today. I'm not, in 2 hours from now, I will be doing a special, what I believe to be best case and worst case scenario regarding green. I will be doing that, and that will be at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific in our KGX community group. So if you are not a member of KGX, you got to get with whoever invited you, whoever's been talking to you about it. Pay the $300 because that is priceless. Pay the $300. Get into our community group so that you can hear what's going on. From my opinion, I am not speaking as a representative of green, nor am I giving a financial advice from KGX. I am speaking as an investor who is looking towards the future and making plans based on what my return on my investment is going to be. So I've got to play with numbers. I've got to look at what best could happen and what worst can happen. So I'll see you guys in 2 hours from now. Have a great day. Depending on the news, I will come back late for late night crypto talk tonight. We'll see. Something's got to happen for me to do that. And also news of KGX, if you have not figured it out yet, or you did not hear, the next Bitcoin boot camp for KGX will be April 13th in Chicago. Atlanta and Tampa is being postponed. Major news is about to be announced soon. Now, all I could say is I'm super excited and can't wait. I feel like I'm a tiger with my, caged up, can't be released yet. But we are in very, very good positioning right now. Exciting times. With that, you guys have a great day. Bitcoin Brandon out. See you in 2 hours. Bye-bye.